Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joanne, and on this channel we focus on growing mind, body and soul. And today we are talking about how to exit your lazy girl era and become a productive body, especially as a jobless person, because I'm a jobless person. So let's get straight into it. So step number one, write down what your goals are in this period. Is your goal to apply for 5, 10 jobs a day? What else do you want to spend this time doing? Is there a skill you want to learn? So write down what your goals are during this period. Now, step number two, we start learning how to implement these goals. So we're going to start by every single week, you're going to write down what your intentions and goals for that week that are going to help you get to these goals that you wrote. We're going to call this part up here, and then we're going to come to tier 2, and we're going to say in tier 2 we set weekly intentions and weekly goals. So basically things that you're going to do that are going to help you get to these goals up here. Now, once you have those two down, we get to step 3, and step 3 is where the magic happens. And this is what has worked beautifully for me, and that is you're going to start time blocking your days. So what you're going to do every single day before you sleep or at the end of the day, you're going to write down your to-do list. And we're going to do that using time blocking. Time blocking essentially is scheduling your day. So you're going to write down what your intentions for that day, what your intentions for the next day are, and then you're going to assign them time. And personally, how I do it, I literally schedule everything because then it's more structured. For instance, I'll schedule wake up time. I'll schedule breakfast, I'll schedule lunch break, I'll schedule basically everything that I'm going to be doing during the day. I'll give you some ideas on how I do my time blocking. We have our goals written down and we have our intentions for the week. So obviously I'm not going to be able to do what? Sorry about the generator noise. So obviously I'm not going to be able to do every single intention on every single day. So the first thing I do is assign every intention for the week a day. So for instance, one of my goals was to grow my social media pages. Now I have Instagram, I have TikTok, and I have YouTube. I cannot possibly work on all these 3 every single day. So what did I do? I assigned each and every one of them a day. So for instance, Tuesday I do Instagram and TikTok. Thursday I do YouTube. Now, in that package of creating content, there's also editing. So I have a day for editing. Then there's other things like researching on what kind of content you're going to be creating. So yeah, so you have your macro goals, and then now let's assign them into days, because so that every single week you're able to tackle at least one thing to help you achieve these macro goals you wrote up here. So let me now give you examples of how I schedule my day. So number 1 is waking up. So I write in my notebook between 6:45 and 7 a.m. is wake up time. One of my other goals was to grow my relationship with God, and I wanted that to be a daily thing. So what I did was schedule that the first thing I did when I woke up, and I was very intentional about making this the first thing I do when I wake up, mostly because it really feeds my soul, it calms my spirit, and it encourages me. There's just something about the word of God that it renews my spirit. So that's the first thing I do, and I was very intentional about that being the first thing I do, because in the morning, and I highly advise you do the same, do something that is for you. Don't go straight into the hustle and bustle of wanting to be productive. Do something that is for you, whether it be anything like skincare or it's reading a book. Just do something that is self-care for you before we start getting into productivity mode. Once I'm done with reading my Bible, I have scheduled breakfast as well. And then after breakfast is when I start into targeting now the tasks that I'm supposed to do to get to my macro goals. So for instance, as I've said, social media was one of them, growing my social media. So between 9:30 and 1 p.m., that is time for me to work on my social media. That could be anything from shooting, editing, anything like that. Now, I've allocated a lot of time for this intentionally because, first of all, I'm a learner and I'm gonna be slow when it comes to things that are new to me. A lot of times I find myself having to go to Google and ask how to edit a thumbnail or how to communicate better or how to you just get into tech problems and you have to figure out how to do them. So I suggest that you be very lenient with yourself when it comes to these stages, especially when you're learning something new. Be gentle with yourself and just be gentle and gracious with yourself. You're going to get better the more you practice. And then I would schedule in lunch and I would schedule in other things I had was reading every single day. So I have that scheduled. I had another goal of working out, so I also had that scheduled. So basically, that's it. Have the things that you're going to do, like have the things that you want to do on that particular day and assign them the time when you're going to be doing them. And then you have to stay committed to do them during that time. If something takes a little bit longer, it's okay. Just be gracious with yourself. Then now I'm going to give you some more tips to help this become more effective for you. Tip number one is you need to stay motivated. And how I do it is once I accomplish something, even if it's just waking up, tick it off. Even if it's just having breakfast, take it off. I promise you, this is going to feel so good. Then when you see yourself, I'm accomplishing something, there's something it does to your mind. You just feel like you're doing something. Like it just makes you feel like you're achieving so much and it keeps you going. So to motivate yourself, when you accomplish a task, either tick it off. Personally, I write it on my notebook, so I just tick it off. If you're using your notes app, maybe just delete it or cancel anything of the sort. Just tick it off. It's going to motivate you. Tip number two, come up with a reward system. You see, the thing is, you're going to be coming from your lazy girl era where you probably scroll on social media, you watch movies, or you spend your days watching series. So it's going to be a hard adjustment. So what I did was give myself something to look forward to because I was in that situation where I was enjoying watching movies a lot. So my reward was that I would watch a movie once I'm done with my day between 7 and 9. I am allowed that time to watch movies. So come up with a reward system. And I think the reason the reward system works is because I personally tell myself, and I think you'll be doing the same, I'm going to get this done. And then you see at the end of the day, I'm able to just chill. I'm able to just watch a movie. So I would tell myself that I'm going to focus and do the work that needs to be done. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to reward myself with watching a movie. So have a reward system. Tip number 3, identify and eliminate your distractions. For me, my distractions during the day was scrolling through Instagram and scrolling through TikTok. So first thing I did was put my Instagram on quiet mode. My TikTok doesn't turn off your notifications. That's one. But I also did not go cold turkey. So what I did during my 45 minutes breakfast break, I am allowed to scroll on social media. During my 1 hour lunch break, I'm allowed to scroll on social media. So that's the other thing. That's the other tip. Don't go cold turkey. If you do that, you're going to fail miserably. I suggest that you give yourself breaks. So something like what I've mentioned, a break, a lunch break, a breakfast break that allows you to still enjoy the things that you enjoy doing, like scrolling on social media. Personally, also have a nap break. So I'll usually read for like 40 minutes and then 20 minutes I take a nap. So allow yourself breaks. Don't go cold turkey because if you do that, you're likely to give up faster and you're likely to also fail. Then The final tip is don't be so hard on yourself. I need you to be super gracious and I need you to start light. Don't put too many things on your to-do list. You need to form the habit first and to get your mind to that habit or mindset of you want to do more with your day. So start light. You can start by only maybe having 2 tasks in a day. When you accomplish that, it's going to do something for your mind. I honestly, there's probably science behind this, but the more you accomplish things, the more you want to do so much more. So start light, and if you don't manage to accomplish something, tomorrow is another day. Don't be so hard on yourself. Be realistic and be gracious with yourself. So I hope those tips helped, and kudos to you becoming a more productive person. So yeah, if this video was helpful, please make sure you like and share with a friend, and also don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Bye. I'll see you on the next one.